Are you ready?
I'm ready to go.
You're like, I've been ready. I don't blame you.
Nice.
All right, we're here on a Thursday. Not that it matters to anybody out there, but John Peckman Podcast, Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance, beautiful downtown Portland. Come over the bridge, go through one set of lights, look left, pull a Yui, park in front of the store. Red neon light, you can't miss us. Come here, be on the show with me. Like and subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, have your own show. Anyone can do this, apparently. And we are here. Brand new friend, just met, just doing chit-chatting as we're getting ready. Keith Arcari. Is that?
Yes, correct. How you doing?
Okay, good. We're off to a good start. It's always important to pronounce your guest's name properly. That's what I've heard. It's drummer.
Yes, drummer.
Wow. Okay. Well, Dave told me a little bit about what you're doing lately. Why don't you tell us what you're doing now, and then we'll take it from there.
Right now I'm playing in a cover band, 80s tribute called Backstage Pass.
Oh, yeah.
So I've started playing again about a year ago.
Oh, wow.
Took some time off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's heavy.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's that band like? I think I kind of know, but.
Yeah, so it's not how I look right now. It's,
It's a wig gig.
My hair grows overnight, believe it or not.
Right.
No, I wouldn't say it's a wig. It just grows overnight.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, I can't let that out of the bag.
Sure.
And
Sure. Lots of
his
jello.
name's Maverick. That's the drummer. So,
Oh, okay.
it's stuff I grew up on. I played it for a while. I got out of playing that style of music and then got out of music and then got the phone call about 18 times to want me to join back up with buddies I played with a long time ago.
Oh, and they got this thing.
And so I finally said, yes, I'll do it.
So Maverick O'Malley on the drums.
Maverick Mattel.
Maverick Mattel.
Yeah.
What are the other members?
Tracy Fox.
Oh, of course.
Johnny James.
2 X's.
Yes.
Fox. Yeah.
And Mike Montana, no reference to the
Sure.
Mafia trilogy.
Yeah.
So
Mike Montana.
Yeah. He's the bass player.
Foxy, Roxy, who else?
Tracy Fox, yeah.
Tracy
Johnny
Fox.
James.
Wow.
Yeah. They're all local musicians, but I can't give out their identity.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah, that's fine. They're home growing their hair.
Yes, they are.
They're home right now going.
Yeah. We'll be at the Portland Fair Saturday.
Oh, okay. All right. Hopefully, I think this is what's Thursday, so I don't know. This might post before then. But so this will either be like this was the guy or this is going to be the guy.
Correct.
We don't know.
Yeah, I'm the roadie.
Okay. That's right.
So yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. So being the roadie for Maverick Mattel, that must spend a lot of your time picking out brown M&Ms.
Yeah, I don't get paid, but
right, of course not. Not in money anyway.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool.
So give us an idea of the Backstage Pass show. So what are some of the numbers people can be expecting?
Poison, yeah. Ain't Nothing But a Good Time,
Sure.
Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. You ever hear that one?
No.
Don't Stop Believing, Journey.
Not from.
Not really 80s hair, but people love that tune. So yeah, we do some rat round and round.
It's hair enough.
It's enough
It's
hair.
hair enough.
Yeah, it's hair enough.
Yeah, rat. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's some cool stuff in there.
Yeah.
So I play it in the style of like an 80s hard rock drummer. We do Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll, but play it more in that genre.
Double kick drum.
Yeah, a lot of double kick.
Cymbals all horizontal, everything.
Yes, correct. Yeah. Perfectly straight. China,
Yep, 2 Chinas.
No, just one.
Oh, okay. All right. Wow.
Double kick pedal, not a double.
Oh, okay.
I thought about going back to the, straight up double bass.
Yeah.
It's too much work.
Yeah, well, it's too much work for you because you're the roadie.
Right.
Gotcha.
Maverick doesn't mind.
Right, yeah. Yeah, Mavericks would be like Alex Van Halen, where there's 5 bass drums.
Yeah, right. That's what he'd prefer, yeah.
Yeah, and then the outer bass drum is just it's a beer cooler.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't even.
He did have a cooler, didn't he? In there?
I think he did. That's amazing.
Yeah, we do a lot of Van Halen.
Yeah.
Really, yeah. I love Alex.
Yeah, I know.
He was
I
awesome.
do too. Yeah.
Or is awesome. What am I saying?
Yeah, for sure. I thought, not for nothing, but I was, Van Halen is one of those bands. I was lucky enough that I was old enough that I bought the first album, and that was it. There was no other one.
No, there's no.
And then I bought the second album. I bought them as they came out.
There's only one singer.
There's only one singer. Yeah, no, that's for sure. But I mean, I took the Van Halen trip in real time, like the whole way.
Right, yeah.
And I got to say, when they got back with David Lee Roth, I think it was like 2008 or something like that, and they made that one album with Wolfgang, but it was just like,
Yeah.
I thought that was Alex's best record.
Yeah, he got definitely better.
Right?
Like, he wasn't my favorite drummer on the first couple albums,
Sure.
right? But then when I had to learn Jump for this band, the solo, the drum beat and the solo.
Yeah, I don't understand. I still don't get it.
Oh yeah, no, I had to download music and I watched a video. I'm like,
Yeah, that's
but
what
now
I
I got it down. I'm like, that's a great syncopated beat.
Yeah.
He never plays it the same live, but
Sure, but once you figure out what it's supposed to be.
yeah, he got much better. I mean, Hot for Teacher.
Yeah. But I thought that reunion record, he was sounding great.
Yeah, I should listen to it. I haven't really.
It's really good.
Is it? Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah, he's an amazing drummer.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have a gigantic drum solo with pyro?
I do. We tried the Sparks last night. They didn't work. We played in Chester, New York, and the singer hit the remote and they didn't go off.
Oh no!
It's kind of like, what was that movie?
I don't know.
Back in the 70s, making fun of the whole.
What, Spinal Tap?
Yeah, Spinal. It was kind of a Spinal Tap moment. And he just looked at me like. And I had last night, you should have seen, I had a 24-foot riser. We played a theater, so they have all the staging. I got to pick what size drum riser I had.
And you're like, large.
Yeah, let's
small,
go 20.
medium, large.
Yeah, let's go up no, it was even probably 3 feet.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was fun though.
And the pyro never went off.
Never went off.
And you paid all that money for the permit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Bought off the.
We just bought
paid
those.
Off the
I
fire
took
marshal.
gig money out to buy these new sparklers, and they didn't work.
Really?
Yeah, they're dry sparklers. You ever hear of them?
Nope.
They're not flammable. But in Connecticut, no way. They'll never let you use them.
Really?
Yeah, they're just like, nope, it's fireworks. It's not fireworks. It's called dry. It's like cold sparks. That's what.
I don't know what that means.
Cold sparks. They're not generating heat.
Oh wow.
So they can't. You could put your hand over them. Nothing happens.
Oh, that's perfect.
But you tell the club owner, they're like, no.
Oh right, sure. Yeah.
New York's like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Because that's interesting. Yeah, I wonder what legislators. You need representation. You need to demonstrate just take it and swallow it. See, look,
right, yeah.
Nothing's going to
show
happen.
them Gene Simmons.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just be like run it across your eyeball. See, it doesn't burn. Yeah. Wow. So how did you get? We'll talk more about the gig. We'll go backwards and then we'll move our way up. So when did you start playing? Where did you grow up?
So I grew up in East Windsor.
Oh, okay.
Small town like Portland.
Okay.
I started playing when I was 5, believe it or not.
Wow.
My mother used to go to I think it was the 4-town or 4-H.
Yeah.
And they had a marching band.
Okay. Yeah.
And
sure.
And so I would just listen to the snare drum player and I would cop what he was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then started playing. I think when I was 8, the first tune I ever learned was Born to Be Wild.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a junky drum set in the basement I set up.
Yeah.
Killer.
So that's killer.
Yeah, so ever since then.
And you're just like, this is going to be my thing.
Yeah, loved it.
So you did a lot more playing. So you said you started playing again. So you took a hiatus?
Yeah, I stopped in 2014. I think, I have 4 kids.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's crazy. And
you had 4 kids at once?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, because I know someone that had quadruplets.
No, that would be insane, right?
It is.
No, they were single births.
Wow. Okay. Oh, well, that's good. But just all of a sudden, you're like,
yeah,
no more rock and roll.
Well, yeah.
For now.
But you know how it is.
I do.
My wife's not a musician. She doesn't understand the sickness. So.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I'm only going to make it so long.
Right. I mean, you play music because you love it. I mean, it's 100% pure love for it.
Is she cool with it now?
Not really.
Oh, so I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. You guys play a lot?
Well, we started to. Now we're cutting back a little. We're trying to play more bigger rooms like theaters and stuff. Just it's easier. It's better. It's the type of band it is.
Yeah.
So
you're not playing like the $100 gigs every single weekend. So
no.
It's almost like a trade-off in a way. It's more doable. You can justify it.
Yeah. I mean, we did the Wolf's Den 3 weeks ago. So it's a great room, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, we're trying to get more into that kind of thing.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
People love it, right? What's not to love?
Right. Yeah.
You do the whole thing. Do you have the singer have the we used to say David Lee Roth did this, but like it's tea, iced tea in the Jack Daniel's bottle.
Yeah.
So that you're the whole night you're like, all right, people, and
yeah, no, he's full up drinking.
Okay,
straight.
Good,
yeah,
good. Okay, that's good.
Johnny James.
Oh, that's good. Okay,
Yeah,
good.
No, it's actually a dry band, pretty much.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Except for me.
Oh, all right.
Me and the singer, we like to have a beer or two, but
Okay, well, the bass player a little bit. Well, the guitar player too. Wow, that's killer.
Yeah, it's fun.
What were you doing before that in 2014? Like what was your band activity?
So that was more like just I think I was in a party band for a while, which I hated.
Okay.
And
yeah,
I'm more into
I hate partying.
Yeah. I'm more into heavier stuff. Like, I've always liked more of the heavier Megadeth kind of stuff.
Okay.
Never really played in a band like it though. But
right.
Really, so I think I was in another cover band doing more hard rock, Godsmack kind of stuff like that. But
you're getting there.
Yeah, I haven't done originals since I was in my 20s.
Yeah, right.
Kind of just been doing the cover thing.
Does this does the Backstage Pass thing, even though it's not Megadeth, it's closer to satisfying the heavier, right?
Right.
Because it's guitar oriented, so you're
and it's pretty much I can do whatever I want. I mean, I try to stick to the record, but you can embellish.
Yeah, sure.
So it makes it fun. Yeah, it's definitely it's a cool gig.
Yeah, yeah.
You got to play the stuff people want to hear, not what you want to play.
Sure. If you could play anything, it would be Megadeth.
Yes, more heavier stuff. Pantera, Megadeth.
Sure.
That kind of stuff.
You can't. You work in a Pantera too. People are not ready.
They're not ready for that. The singer is definitely not ready for that.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. What's the heaviest tune you do? It's hard to say.
Crazy Train.
Oh yeah, sure. All right.
Enter Sandman.
Right. Well, that's all right.
That's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So you were playing like full time all that time way back then, like before the kids.
Yeah.
Pretty much just doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I was, so the two guys I'm in the band with now was our original band back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
We were like a hard rock kind of Skid Row type band.
Okay.
We were on RCA Records. We got we weren't on them, but we were recording a record at RCA in Manhattan.
Wow, cool.
And it just never came to fruition.
Yeah, wow.
And then Smells Like Teen Spirit came out.
Yep, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, that's what they say.
And we tried for a little while longer, myself and the guitar player, but you got parents saying, "What are you going to do with your life?" That typical Twisted Sister cliche.
Yeah, right.
So I went back to school to become a physical therapist. So.
Oh. Okay, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
There's worse things.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Right?
No, I love it, yeah.
I mean, you're directly helping people.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Did you have an interest in that before?
Not really.
But you just were like, hey, like what inspired you to?
I figured, I don't know, I was like, you know what, I do need to go back to school. I'll still always play music. And it just didn't work out, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
sure.
You can't do this forever. I mean, some guys do try to make it forever. And,
my only thing was I didn't have kids. So I'm kind of I'm able to get away with it, but I wouldn't if we had kids. So I get it.
Right, yeah.
I understand.
So, I just thought, what's a good career? I like learn about anatomy, and you can make decent money doing it and help people. And
was it
went
hard?
down that road. Huh?
Was it hard?
Yeah, PT school was hard. Yeah, very hard.
Wow.
And still, the hardest thing is making it in music. So in my life, for me, that was the hardest thing. Like,
wow.
Grinding, trying to.
Wow. And it was worth it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so.
I mean, there's definitely worse things you could do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, now you can do both. Like, hindsight, I wish I probably, I guess if you have influences that say, hey, you can go to college and do music. You don't have to just do one or the other.
Well, we didn't know.
Right.
We thought,
it's either one or, you know what I mean?
Well,
I'm either going to be a rock star or.
Well, it's like MTV poisoning. Now that I get older, I realize, like, our generation, we just kind of we thought that, like, well, I got to be a rock star.
Right.
Or nothing.
Right.
You couldn't imagine that there was
100%.
Because it's MTV poisoning. Because you grow up seeing MTV and you just think, I want to be that thing. Like, the odds of that are
slim.
Yeah. Very
and slim. Has nothing to do with your playing ability.
No, not really.
Yeah.
No, who knows? Who knows what it is? There's 50 million things it could be.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's much easier to, here I choose this degree, physical therapy. I'm going to grind it.
Yeah.
Get it. Takes 4 years, you get it, and you're done.
And it's kind of like a gig. You're not like, it, you're not, I mean, nothing against, corporate gig or something, but you're helping people directly.
Yeah.
One-on-one, one at a time.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yep.
Is there a specialty? Like physical therapy, who is your population?
I treat outpatient orthopedics.
Okay.
So knee replacements, sports injuries,
Gotcha.
work injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's my specialty.
Did you and Dave talk about his carpal tunnel?
Yes, we did, yes. Yeah.
All right. Are you
People like Dave,
Yeah, there's no one like Dave.
Right.
So you're gearing up for the fair. Portland Fair.
Big gig.
You're going to have the pyro? They got it straightened out over there?
We didn't talk about that. I guess I should call the fire marshal tomorrow.
Yeah, I would definitely wait till the last second.
I'm hoping everyone from Portland shows up. Be like 8,000 people.
I hope so. They probably will. They probably will.
They could. Yeah, it's a big event here.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be into it?
Yeah, right.
See a big rock and roll band.
Yeah.
So, I should have looked actually. I didn't have time. So your presentation, I'm sure there's a presentation. Like you have walls of amps and none of them work, or I shouldn't say that, but
right, yeah.
You have the walls of cabinets and
they are walls of cabinets. I'm not sure there's real speakers in them, but they look really cool. They're like a fluorescent green color.
Sure. So it looks like the thing.
Right, yeah.
Looks like a thing. Who's the mastermind of that whole shebang?
So Johnny James, he's been doing it 10 years now.
Okay, the singer.
Yeah.
So they did it before you.
Yeah, they've had quite a few different concoctions of it.
Yeah. And so he just said, I got this idea. Like, let's just be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're older now and
do the thing.
Yeah.
And people
grow your hair overnight and wear sunglasses and
Yep. That's cool. Did it work out? It sounds like it's kind of working out. Was it what he pictured? Just a good time.
Yeah.
Freaking hair metal. We're just gonna rock it out.
Yeah. Do what you want to play and
be the thing.
Yeah. Have fun.
That's cool.
It's a fun. That's the thing about it. It's just a party. Like it's a big party.
Yeah. When did you know about them before they called you?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So because you said you
the two guys. Yeah, we played before, and they've been trying to get me back into it for a while.
Okay.
So
you figure your number will come up eventually.
Yeah, and I always gravitate back towards those guys. I guess I don't know.
And they just called you up and said, "We're having drummer problems. Not a chance."
Yeah. Part of it is that you're there. You know what I'm saying? Like when you meet guys that you gel with, that doesn't happen often in music, and you should keep it together. Really,
I kind of agree with that.
That's another where we faulted. Right? We kind of Nirvana came. We could have switched and did something else, but we just kind of all broke up. You realize 5-10 years go by, you're like, well, we never had that energy again with other people.
Yeah, well.
It's hard.
It is. So you play with a lot of different people over the years.
Yeah.
And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Right.
Yeah, I've thought about that lately, how rare it is. I took it for granted often. But then I start to realize, I'm like, okay, so this is why... All right, my favorite rock and roll band is Cheap Trick. I like them since I was.
I've seen them about 25 times.
See, there you go. And then you start. I mean, it's a little different now without Bun or whatever. But
right.
But you just go. I know why bands stay together that long because, like you say, they just go. We got a good thing going. We all have the same pocket. We can make music. No one leave, and then you can just have a life. You can do that thing. But when you're freelancing all the time. The odds of you clicking with a bunch of players, it doesn't happen as often as you think. Or when it doesn't happen, I realize I take it for granted. I was like, oh, those other guys, like you're saying, those other guys I play with, that was easy. That was the way it should be.
Right. Maybe that's another product of the 80s. We're just never happy or something.
Oh, yeah.
What made Cheap Trick say, hey, let's stay together? Maybe they're just all smart enough to know this isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, they had years when Tom Peterson wasn't there. They had a different bass player.
I won't go see him now, though.
No?
Without Bunny? Come on.
Oh, really? I can't,
Who's drumming?
It's Dax. It's Rick's son. He's
really?
Yes, he's really good.
Is he?
Maybe
I should check him out then.
Well, honestly, there's Then we'll talk about drums. But honestly, when people ask me, which I will ask you, top 3 favorite drummers: Ringo, Tom Artolino from NRBQ, and Bunny Carlos. That's it for me. Those are my top 3.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "What? The Cheap Trick, whatever." And I'm like, if you don't know, you don't know.
Right. Every drummer loves him.
Right. So I was devastated when he left the band. Devastated.
Would they have a falling out?
Yeah, I think so. They just
finally at however old they are.
Eventually, yeah. So Rick's son, who is probably 40, if I had to guess, who was around the band, he stepped in, and he's not Bun, but he's a great drummer. He's really cool because he honors the parts. Like he doesn't.
Right.
He doesn't funk it up.
Nice.
Like he's smart. He's like us. He's a fan enough of the band that he's like, I know when you play this tune, you want to hear it. So he really observes enough of the touch points and respects the gig and has a different feel.
Yeah.
He's actually kind of heavier a little bit. It's really cool.
Is he?
He has a great
I'll have to check
spirit.
him out.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's great. It's not the same. I'm sorry. No one could ever be Bun. There's a certain thing, but Dax is a great drummer, and it sounds great. And his tempos are beautiful. It's no disrespect to Bun, but I noticed when with Bun, the tempos were kind of creeping. I didn't know it was him, but then when I saw them with Dax, I was like, oh, these are like the record tempos. And I know someone that knows Dax, so I kind of got the inside straight that he made them all like, no, let's go back to the actual tempo. So
like the studio tempos? Yeah, nice.
So anyway, they're still great. Yeah. I don't boycott them because of that. I mean, if you don't like it as well, that's fine. But it's and it's still in the family anyway.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Rick's son, so it's
I love Rick. He's
it's
awesome.
not Kenny Aronoff. It's not like
right.
Ringer who. So I could just tell that Dax respects the gig, and they've made 4 records with him already.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, he's just a drummer now. He's been there for 10 years. So.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah, don't not see him because of that. But I saw them the very last time Bun ever played with them. I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Oh, you did?
They played 4
so
songs.
You're a bigger fan than me. Yeah,
Sorry. Yeah. And that was amazing just to see him the last and final time. And I was like, that's it. This will never happen again. And it won't.
Right.
But anyway.
Well, you don't say never, right?
They're saying never. It's not me saying
really?
Never. Yeah. Like they had to move heaven and earth to get that to happen. I guess they're just kind of like, thanks, bye. And that was that.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about it's things that I don't actually know about. So, but so who are some of your favorite drummers? If you had to.
Of course, I'm going to say first record was Bonham. Of course,
sure.
Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Then after him, I probably shifted more towards the metal guys like Nico, Nick Brain, Tommy Aldridge from Ozzy, Lee Kerslick. Actually, I'm even a bigger fan of Lee Kerslick.
Wow.
He was one of my original influences, probably.
Sure. So that's Crazy Train.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah. He played on the first 2 records, even though Aldridge is pictured in the second album.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was something like
Did you ever hear that bizarre thing that happened with those first 2 records for a little while?
Not entirely, so tell us.
So it was Sharon, probably, of course. They owed them royalties, Lee Kerslick and Bob Daisley. And they actually went in and took them off the record and re-recorded 2 classic albums. And it was the guy from Faith No More, the drummer there.
Oh,
and
Mike Borden.
Mike Borden and I forgot who played bass. I think it was the guy he's got now, guy from Suicidal.
When did they do that?
That was like in the 2000s because they didn't want to pay the royalties. They said, just take them off the record. Like, who would ever do that to a classic record? And then somewhere Ozzy down the line said, this is absurd. Why did I do that?
Wow.
Well, probably because Sharon told you to do it. Again, I'm talking about things I don't know. Sure. And then they put them back on the record.
So there was a time period when we were hearing Crazy Train, and they got the master tracks.
You would hear it in an instant as a drummer, right? Like any musician, you would hear it in an instant because, I mean, you can't duplicate that.
Who played on it? Tommy Aldridge?
No, it was Mike Borden. Or was it? Was the drummer's name? Is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah.
Said that. Wow. He's good though, right?
Oh, he's great, but like
he ain't.
Kerslick didn't play to a click, I don't think, on those.
Right.
So I mean, there's some stuff, but it was
a bumpy little ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I'll have to go back and listen to that.
You can still find, you could probably YouTube it or something. You'll find they're still out there.
Wow.
Those tracks, yeah.
Wow. So. I hope it was worth it.
Yeah, I don't know. They ended up, I think, settling, and they had to pay him. That was the deal. So that's probably why they put him on too. But,
good Lord. Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah. Anyways, I love Aldridge.
Wow.
And Tommy was the influence for all the stick tricks and all that stuff.
Oh,
that
so
I do
you
Backstage
do
Pass.
You're
yeah.
in full effect.
Oh yeah.
So sticks are in the air more.
Oh yeah, they're flying. They're going all over the place. And, sometimes that's not the best, but it's for the show.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
And yeah, and then more recently, Danny Carey, of course,
Sure.
from Tool is amazing.
Sure.
Who else? There's just so many good drummers. I love all different kind of.
Yeah.
Did
you have stick tricks in your arsenal before you joined Backstage Pass, or were you just like, I gotta
Yeah, because what we did in the 80s, and
okay.
at that time, Tommy Lee was a big influence.
Okay.
Because he was a rock star, and I wanted to be like him.
Right.
Remember he was married to Heather Locklear. And
Sure. Yeah, a leather Speedo and suspenders.
Right.
That's what I'm wearing. You're not wearing that at the thing, are you?
No.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Wow. Imagine that.
So yeah.
So your air game was good. You were good.
Yeah, good. Doing good, yeah. So
you just tuned it up a little bit and said, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it took you know how it is. Stop playing for a while. It's been a year I've been in the band. I think I'm finally getting my timing and chops back.
Yeah. You guys don't play to a click?
I do, yeah.
Oh, good.
About 30% of our tunes we have keyboard tracks.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
There is a keyboard player. He's in the iPad.
Sure. Yeah.
So, yeah.
What's his name?
Well, we don't have one.
Yeah.
Yet.
You got to come up with one.
I am Pad.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
So, but it's cool. Like, why pay somebody when it's only 30%?
Right. Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, yeah, and especially nowadays, it's easy enough to do.
Yeah. So easy, yeah.
Yeah, and playing to a click, not a big deal.
No.
If I was lucky. Realize it's not that hard.
No, it's not at all.
So if you do have a gig where you got to do that, some people would fall apart.
Right, yeah.
And not get
well,
the gig.
they couldn't find, the guy they had, he quit. He was fed up, and they called me on a Wednesday. So I had a gig on a Saturday.
Whoa.
So we did one rehearsal, and then I played.
Wow.
But since I had played to a click previously,
that
wasn't the part.
When they showed you the set list, were you like, I got this? Like you knew every song?
Every song.
You're like, okay, I'll be there what time?
Right.
What's your drum kit look like? It's silver. The whole thing is silver.
It's black sparkle.
Oh, okay. Oh, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's Noble and Cooley, you know.
Hey.
Yeah. So it's a great kit. Yeah, I love it.
I bet. What kind of cymbals?
I went with the Soul Tones. I'm endorsed by them.
I don't know. I don't know what those are.
It's what these companies are doing these days. He endorses everyone.
Oh.
But I needed new cymbals.
Sure. Yeah.
They're cheaper than the name brand, like the top of the line, Heisty, Zildjian.
Sure.
And they're great sounding cymbals.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if I crack one, I've already cracked two. He sends me a new one right out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe I need an endorsement.
Yeah, I mean, I went out to LA, and everybody that's endorsed, if you're in LA, I recorded like a 2-minute like little drum solo thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of weird. It wasn't my best playing, but he put it up on YouTube. I went there and they didn't have a double bass pedal. I had a whole thing planned out. And he's like, oh, there's the double bass pedal broke. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just have to improvise.
Sure. What are they called?
Soul Tone.
Okay.
Yeah.
You'll have to check them out. I don't know.
Yeah, you notice there's a lot of cymbal companies popping up, which, back in the day it was Zildjian and Heisty.
That's it.
And then Sabian came out, right?
Yeah. I remember when Sabian came out, it was like, what's this?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's kind of like RC Cola.
Yeah.
What's that? What, Coke or Pepsi?
Right, yeah.
Actually, it's funny. Dave, no, actually, I don't even know if this was before Dave carried him, but I used to hang out. Do you know Jeff Brown and all those cats? Do you know those guys? Do you know Jeff Brown?
I know Jeff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So when he was working at with Dave Henry at the East Coast Sound, anyway,
Dave.
Yeah,
the
Dave.
DJ guy?
Yeah. When Jeff worked there, he would call me up once in a while when he would get stuff in. He goes, hey, you got to come up and hear these new cymbals we got. They're Dream. They're called Dream cymbals. You ever play those?
No.
They're kind of like Dream. And
Didn't
he goes,
last.
And they did, but here's the thing. He goes, Jeff goes, I think you probably would dig this. You should come up and hear these next time you're passing through. Okay, cool. I went up and they were really cool. And I bought like a 22-inch ride. and it's beautiful. It's a great ride cymbal. I don't know how to describe it, but it was perfect. I still use it. It's the best ride I've ever had.
Oh, wow.
And so that's my ride cymbal. And then a couple of years went by, and Dave started carrying them here at the store, and a bunch of them came in. But they're not the same. Like, they reconfigured everything. Like, the way they are now, I don't like them. They're, like, too trashy.
Yeah, yeah.
But the first concept of the company or whatever, like, I got the first year that they put them out. I don't know what happened. I'm actually trying to figure it out. But I have, like, an original dream, and it's great. It's a great cymbal.
Yeah.
So I know what you mean. There are cymbals out there that we haven't heard of that are really good.
Yeah, I mean, I gave them a shot. You know what I mean? They're less expensive than buying Zildjians.
Do you have a gong?
I do not.
Oh, okay. I do.
I bought a bell.
Oh, okay.
Never had one of those before.
Oh, yeah. I have a gong.
You do?
I do.
Are you a Bonham fan?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's small though. It's not a big. It's not a big gong. It's like a 24 gong, but it's a Wuhan. It's really thin.
Nice.
So you just tap it and it does that.
Oh
thing
wow!
Right away.
Is that what you play? You Wuhan?
No, but that's like what this gong was. Do you remember those? Do you remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just play whatever. Paiste, Zildjian, they're all mixed up.
Yeah.
But I do have a gong, but it's not like the kind of gong that you would set up behind you that would look cool.
Yeah.
It's like this.
I always thought it was just too much work for a huge gong.
Yeah, well, you don't. It's the roadie. That's what the roadie's for.
Yeah, right.
That's cool. Get them to get your gong. Who are they? I'm
Soul
sorry.
Tone.
Do they make gongs?
I don't know.
Yo, hook it up.
Yeah. I'll have to look it up.
You know, get a
Alex had one.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yeah.
You know what you could probably do nowadays? You could probably project a gong.
I was gonna say, like the green screen back here.
It wouldn't even. I bet you could probably do that. I bet
Yeah,
you could
right,
fool
yeah.
people. You could have a screen behind you with a gong on it.
Right, yeah.
And you could go to hit it and trigger the sound of a gong, and no one would ever know.
They would love it. Yeah.
You should
That's
do
what
that.
that's what everyone does, anyways.
Right.
Stares at screens.
Right. That would be killer. Imagine you
Yeah.
could have a gong that was as
like,
big as the
Right,
the
like
sun.
500 feet.
That would be awesome. Imagine that. That'll be our new thing. Gong projection.
Yeah, right, yeah. Dave, why don't you do that for us?
Yeah.
This would be a hell of a lot cheaper than buying a gong.
Or just inflatable. You could have an inflatable gong that looks huge, and it from a far enough distance, it looks like, you know.
Yeah, you could project it. That wouldn't know if you're in the crowd.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You know.
Yeah.
Nice.
Because nowadays they don't even have pyro. It's like a screen with flames on it.
Right. You just have a sensor in the mallet, right? And when you get close, it looks like it moves, right? You know, it's like
It's
like a video game. Yeah.
We just invented something.
Like Nintendo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nintendo gong.
Nintendo gong.
That'd be sick.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. So you guys are just gonna keep rocking it.
Yeah.
Do you learn new songs, or that's it?
Well, I mean, I pretty much know everything from that library, right? 80s rock. I just listen to it so much. You know, the stuff's, it's not that complicated, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you got to hit hard and
Yeah.
be in the pocket, but,
Yeah.
you know, so we'll learn stuff, play it at sound check and do it.
Okay.
You know,
There's still things to learn. Like, you mix up the set list enough.
yeah. I mean, the singer, you know, some of those 80s bands had some good singers.
Yeah.
So, you know, Def Leppard was hard to sing. And
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So,
That's pretty cool. Dave, did you ever see them?
Yes.
It's a spectacle.
It is.
Okay.
It's a show.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like we talk about it all the time. It's like being in Broadway, you know, we're putting a show on. And
Why not?
part of that thing is like, if we didn't grow our hair overnight, I mean, would people come see it? They actually do love the whole stage show part of it. They freaking love it.
Why not?
Yeah, right. It's like entertainment.
Well, we just want to have fun at this point.
Right, yeah.
Let's all just,
Yeah.
we'll all have fun.
You know, and it's because of our age, you know, people's kids are grown now. They can go out and party again. So,
Right. Yeah,
like-
yeah. I've been in that scenario.
yeah.
Yeah, so they want to hear what they heard.
Yeah, what they grew up in high school.
That's
doing.
cool. And then you're on the spot in case if somebody hurts themselves or throws their back out. You can whip some PT
Like,
on them on the
like
spot.
when an older fan like does a stage dive.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
It doesn't end well.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You can be
Yeah,
like,
right.
hold everything.
Hey, wait a minute. Maybe I should set a table up on the stage.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Now I could be making some real money.
See what I'm saying? If
Wow.
you guys keep doing this for long, that'll be your hook. You'll be like, well, we have the repair station.
We'll do like an interim, like a
what?
Right back a monitor world, you'll have the
yeah. In between, like we'll do 2 sets, and we'll have like a 30-minute break for treatment.
Right, for just readjustment, get everybody back up to speed.
They're headbanging. Oh, my neck's out.
Dude, see, now we're talking. See, we're inventing stuff.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you could be, what is it?
Close the office.
Mattel. What's your name?
Maverick Mattel.
Maverick Mattel.
Yeah.
MD.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? Like, you just have the booth over here. We're going to be right back if anyone needs a...
What was that? MD? What was that? MD Hauser? Wasn't there like an 80s show?
Doogie
Hauser. Whatever.
That would be killer. You imagine that? That way, there's no excuse.
Right now.
For not coming to the show. You go, well, go to the show and go sick.
Right. Now I could shut my office down. I'll just do that.
And he'll just
go on tour.
Hook you up. Fix you up for the set, too.
Yeah. Come to the show and get a free manipulation.
And is that what you call it? A manipulation?
Manipulation, yeah.
Wow. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Manipulation. Yeah, that's something, though. That would be something as you go on and everyone gets older.
Right.
There'd be no excuses.
Should we put the table in front of the fake gong?
That's what I'm saying. Wow, we're inventing stuff. That would be amazing. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Treatment in front of the gong.
Yeah. Manipulations. Line forms here. You know what I mean? Just everybody get in line. Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah.
So you're just going to do it till the wheels come off.
Yeah.
The thing. You're good.
I get thrown out of the house.
Oh, well. How close is that?
We're there.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't share too much. Wow. How old are your kids? Is everyone
17, 15.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you're getting there.
The best story is they came to that first show and I went back.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So my son was 7 at the time. And we taught him the metal sign.
Of course.
But the one hand was metal. The other one was flipping the bird at me.
Oh, awesome.
We got that on film.
Oh, boy.
He's on the side stage.
And it went viral.
He's rocking out and he's giving the finger with the other one.
And imagine that. It went viral and you made more money from YouTube views of that one thing than we did in our entire music career.
So listen, this is a true story too. This was at Sonny's place. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's in Summers. It's a good place. There was probably like 800 people there for a show. Yeah, it's an amusement park.
Okay.
So there's rides there and stuff. What happens? I have 3 daughters. They're all there. And, this is my first gig back.
Sure.
A woman takes her bra off and hangs it on my drum.
Perfect.
On my cymbal.
Yeah, daddy. Yeah.
My daughters were devastated. And they called her an old lady. And she was only in her 50s like me, right?
Right.
It's like this old lady took her bra off and put it on my dad's drum set.
How did mommy feel about all that?
She laughed.
You just had to explain it. Like, well, your daddy's kind of, he's silly.
Yeah, right.
Daddy's silly. He does silly things, and people get silly.
We explained to them that's what they used to do back when they were like in their 20s.
Right. So they're not really doing it now. They're kind of it's like layers of.
Listen, sometimes if someone that now at our age group takes it off, someone might get hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You cut something loose.
That thing's don't be below there.
Might take you down. Yeah, that might. You don't want something swinging in the wrong direction. You're gonna have problems. Yeah. Wow.
They were horrified. They were. Yeah.
Well, that'll happen. I was gonna actually ask you. Have your kids seen Maverick Mattel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have. Yeah.
And do they realize that that's you? Do they understand? I mean, they do by now. But
yeah, I don't know. I always wonder that. Does my son think I'm weird, like growing the hair overnight? Does he think?
Right. Yeah, don't disturb daddy. He's doing his hair nap.
Yeah.
There's like a special room you can't disturb. It's like a coffin. You sit there and concentrate and your hair just grows.
Yeah.
Don't disturb daddy. He's growing his hair.
The cool thing is my oldest daughter, because, rock is dead. She's into everything 70s, 80s.
Yeah, right?
I took her to see Billy Joel.
Yeah.
She loved it. Fleetwood Mac.
Right?
Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, I mean, how old is she?
17.
Yeah, see, that's what I find, because I've been teaching drums forever, and it's like, I don't know exactly what happened, and I don't want to say I don't care. It doesn't matter what happened, but there was a time when, and it was not too long ago, like maybe 5 definitely 10, maybe even as few as 5 years ago, where kids only knew what they knew. They didn't know older music.
Right.
So I would be hesitant to be the old guy teacher because I want to be cool with the kids.
Right.
I don't want to start telling them what they should be listening to or whatever.
That's how I am with my kids. I want them to have their own thing. Yeah.
Right. But I don't know how it happened, but lately it seems to me that young kids like everything.
Right.
If it's good, they like it. And they don't say, well, this is old or this is, if they like it, they like it.
Well, that's another 80s thing. It was so age driven, wasn't it? Like it wasn't cool to listen to older bands.
Right.
But now it's cool for them.
Which is, that's fine because now I can go, oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Now we're on the same level. But yeah, that's kind of cool though.
It is. It was really cool. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I tried, like you said, I kind of want my kids to have their own identity. Mm-hmm. Some people want to like play the music all the time and listen to this, but I played it occasionally. And then I heard
what they discovered on their own.
Yeah, but then some of the rap music she was listening to, man.
Yeah.
The way they
yeah, you were like, I don't know.
You talk about the 80s music, listen to these rappers.
Yeah. I guess.
So I was like, I can let her listen to 80s music. This is like rated G.
Right.
Compared to some of this.
Yeah, you were afraid to.
Now she's into it.
Yeah, well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So now she's just listening to what we did, like moderately obscene. And it's good. It's okay.
Right.
Like you say you dialed it back.
Yeah, I dialed it back for her.
Yeah. That's funny. Hey, well, that's kind of cool. Were you a big Billy Joel fan? I did a gig with Liberty DeVito.
Did you really?
Yeah, like last week.
Awesome.
It was funny. All right. I'll tell you a story. Actually, I might be able to tell a couple of stories that were somewhat relevant. I don't know if I should talk about this because I don't want to get it wrong. But anyway, so I played a gig, a double bill with Liberty was in the band that went on before the band I was playing with. I don't know if do you know Christine Ullman? Do you know her?
Yeah.
All right. So it was her gig. It's like a small theater gig. And Liberty's band went on before us. And Christine told me, she's like, do you mind if Liberty uses your drums?
Are you kidding?
Right. That's what I said. And I'm like, I mean, I don't mind. But then I'm thinking, what if he breaks something? Because I remember when I think of Liberty DeVito, I think of just swinging for the fences. And I'm like, what happens if he breaks something? How do I go, hey, man?
Right. It's Liberty DeVito. You can't be like.
Yeah, you broke my cymbal or whatever, Or if I brought spare heads, because I'm like, what, if he breaks something, we go on. I have to,
Right, yeah.
So I was a little bit nervous. I didn't want to be uncool. And so, but he was very cool. He came up and it wasn't like, like it used to be. But then halfway through the set, he kind of did get swinging.
Did he get crazy?
I wasn't afraid. I mean, I was like, I can handle it. But that 22-inch ride, it was like it was a crash cymbal. He was
oh, really?
And I'm like, I would never hit that thing that hard.
Yeah, I don't hit the ride ever that hard.
I just unplugged myself. But he was fine. He sounded great. He was totally cool. And
he's got to be Billy's age, right?
Yeah. But you know what? He was totally cool. He was like a kid. When he got behind that kit, he was like a little kid.
Was he?
Yeah. And I was like, oh, I see.
What kind of band was it?
He has like a 3-piece kind of original rock and roll band. It was pretty cool. They were good.
Yeah.
He was doing his thing. But I could see the enthusiasm. When he got behind the kit, I kind of saw the whole thing. I was like, oh, yeah, this is really cool. He has like a garage rock kind of enthusiasm. There's moments where you're almost like, he almost sounds like a kid, but then he's really slick, and you're like, oh, that's his thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he's not so slick that he gets swept up in it, but then he'll pull off something really cool.
Yeah.
And so, sadly, at that gig was Dom Famularo. If you know who that is, he's like the drum he was known as the drum ambassador he's been teaching forever. Been around forever, the most enthusiastic guy in the world, just a great drummer, great educator, all around great exuberant guy. And he just died last week.
That sucks.
he was at that gig, and I
wow.
never met him. I never met him. I wanted to say hi.
Yeah, right.
And him and Lib were talking the whole time. And
Yeah.
I didn't want to disturb them. They looked like they were old buddies.
Right, yeah.
And so I didn't say anything. And I messaged them. You know, I found him on Facebook, and I messaged him and said, hey, this is Christine's drummer. I wanted to say hi the other day, but I didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, right, yeah.
And I never heard back from him.
Wow, yeah.
So I was like, okay.
Huh.
And then I think it was like on a Monday, like 2 weeks ago or whatever, he finally messaged me back and said, oh, yeah, you sounded great. Take care.
That's a compliment, though.
He
That's good.
died 2 days after he sent me that message.
Wow.
And I'm like, he sent me, did I get the last message that he ever sent? Like he must have, honestly, I'm not sure. I know that he had health issues. I don't know how quickly he passed.
Yeah,
but
that's
I'm like,
crazy, yeah.
Did he answer all his correspondences at the last minute and then
Right, yeah.
died?
Wow, yeah.
And I'm like, I got Dom's message like 2 days before he died.
Wow, that's crazy, yeah.
Which is really crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
But it was beautiful. I thought, you know, if he doesn't answer me back, that's fine. I
right.
respect him. But I wanted to thank him for what he does for our community, but I just didn't want to interrupt them.
Right, yeah.
And he messaged me back 2 days before he passed away.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah.
Crazy. A weird story. You heard it here first.
Wow.
We got we're getting close to the end, so I want to make sure, is there anything that we did not talk about that you want to talk about while we're here?
No, not really. I think it was fun.
Yeah.
Dave's been bothering me for a couple of years to do this. And
there you go.
Again, with the family.
That's funny because we've only been doing this show for 6 months, so I don't know.
Really?
I'm kidding. We've actually been doing this show for years.
Maybe he intended to do it. Like, he was like, you got to do the iPad. I did. I showed up
He might have.
a year ago. That's why.
Wow. Yeah, no, we've been doing this. We've been doing this for a couple of years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 years and change probably. So that's cool. Yeah, so your kids, they understand it now. They know that that's Daddy up there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, 100%.
Does Maverick ever show up at the house, or no?
No, sometimes the hair gets out and it needs to be, fixed up or whatever.
Right.
But yeah.
Just wonder if he ever just shows up.
No, maybe Halloween. That would be good.
Yeah, do you? Have you ever done that?
No, I didn't do it for Halloween. I mean, we're playing that weekend. Of course.
Wow. Where are you playing?
Sonny's place.
Okay, there you go.
In Summers, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
they don't care if you do sparklers.
No, they don't. It's outside, yeah.
Okay, they don't.
Yeah, that's a good one, yeah.
Cool. Desert Island albums, a handful of albums that you would listen to only if you were on a desert island and couldn't. You were limited to 5 records.
5?
Yeah.
All right.
Or more. I mean, whatever.
We think about that all the time, don't we, as musicians?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I asked.
Yeah, right now would probably be Tool's new album.
Okay. Yeah.
But then my favorite rock album, I think, of all time is Appetite. Like, I can still listen to that thing, and there's a drummer that's very simple, but like you put another drummer, Matt Sorum, when he plays those songs, it doesn't sound like that album because he doesn't have that groove that he had. It's unfortunate that those guys just couldn't, again, keep it together, right?
Yeah.
They had a second album after that, and what have they done since?
Yeah.
If they had kept those guys together, Steven Adler.
Yeah, it's so hard to say.
Yeah, that maybe.
Might be the thing.
I think the albums I pick are albums that are just more like tunes that I can rock out to, like Back in Black.
Sure.
I would have that one.
How wrong can you go?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe Ozzy's second album, Diary of a Madman.
With Mike Borden on drums.
Yeah.
The
Mike Borden and the bass player, and Sharon. A picture of Sharon.
You imagine.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's like taking Pink Floyd The Wall and saying, hey, we're going to put a different guitar track on there.
Yeah. Well, Roger Waters just redid Dark Side of the Moon, the whole album. Did you hear about that?
No. Was it controversial or?
I don't know. I don't.
Why would you can't redo a classic album. You can't do it.
I don't have a lot of love for Pink Floyd or Roger Waters in general. It's
me neither. Yeah.
I'm not denying the greatness. It's just not my thing.
Same with me.
So I don't care what Roger Waters does or why he does it. I could care less.
Right.
I have no idea. But apparently he did he re-recorded Dark Side of the Moon for some reason.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah.
I don't. I'm like, okay, good.
He's bored.
I don't know.
Huh?
Taylor Swift re-recorded.
Oh, yeah, Taylor Swift does that too. Apparently, there's a recording artist called Taylor Swift.
Oh, there
That's
is?
about as much as I right, exactly.
And my kids love her.
Right, and she's done that apparently. Just re-recorded her entire album from scratch because
She got screwed over by the record company.
got screwed over by the record company and just said fine. And it's just,
You guys keep those tracks and I'll re-record it.
I guess. Again, I don't.
Yeah, well.
God bless her. She seems nice enough. But I don't care.
So she'd be worth $10 billion
Yeah, right.
if you didn't get screwed over?
No idea.
Well, she lost me there.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, like I say, she seems nice enough, but it doesn't. I honestly don't know that I've even heard one Taylor Swift song that I'm aware of.
That's all right. You know what my daughter told me? Not to get towards the political side.
Yeah,
but
sure.
She said, Dad, her jet that she flies around is equivalent to 1,800 people's carbon footprint.
Right, sure.
Because she's always preaching that.
Sure.
I go, because I said to my daughter, I go, she's so concerned about that. Maybe she shouldn't tow 18 wheelers on tour.
True. right. To show.
No, I'm just saying, just be pure.
Yeah,
if you're gonna you can be whatever side you want, right, left, whatever, but don't be a hypocrite.
Right. Do your tour and don't say anything.
Right. Because she could tour, she could play little clubs,
or even do the big club, but don't preach environmentalism when your footprint is that large.
Right.
I think is what we're saying.
Right.
Because you're exposing a
hypocrisy,
a blind spot in your own thinking. Yeah, I hear you. Seems nice enough. If my thing is like, if you like it, I'm happy for you. She seems cool. A lot of people like her music, but I don't even know that I like a lot of music too. I'm not like an old guy that goes, why would I listen to Taylor Swift?
Right. I mean, is there even real drums on it?
I don't know.
It sounds like drum machine to me, but
I don't know.
I mean, I respect her, like any artist, to be able to write songs that many people like. I mean,
yeah. I just don't. Cool, I don't know when I'm going to go. You know what I need right now is I need to hear.
Yeah, that's not one of the 5.
But that's fine. That's right. That's not one of the 5. That's fine.
Did I get to number 4? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's so hard to pick, isn't it? Like, and then you'll think of another album. Like, oh yeah, what about that one? Like,
well, you can leave it in the comments. If you.
Yeah, I think I just said 3. I think that's enough.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
Made in Japan, Deep Purple.
That's a great one, yeah. What are your 5? Can you give me your, or is this mine or your podcast?
Oh man. Yeah, that's a good question. You would think I would just be able to whip it out. I have.
I can't.
I have so many.
I only 3. I'm trying to think. I mean,
I'm a Beatle freak. So White Album by Beatles is the first one that comes to mind. Cheap Trick's very first record from 1976 that comes to mind.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's
Live at Budokan.
Sure.
So
I go way deep, so I'm like, oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you're into like California Girls and
yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It depends. I like all kinds of.
Right. Yeah.
It could be a folk record. Like I really love folk music. I love reggae a lot. I like dance music a lot. I like a lot of stuff. So
yeah, a lot of the '80s stuff that I grew up on, I wouldn't bring that because it's just so burnt out on it.
Yeah.
But that's why I pick albums that I can still listen to because I know if I was by myself that I wouldn't get bored of them.
Sure.
Desert
Island Food. I don't know why I find it interesting.
Food?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's got to be a bacon cheeseburger.
Oh, okay. Sure. From anywhere in particular?
Yeah, my grill.
Okay, perfect.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Plan B's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah.
But, when you're spending $20 for a burger, it's not that hard to make a burger.
Right. Yeah, I know.
I guess I don't have a favorite burger place.
Okay, but just the idea. Bacon cheeseburger, you're in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
I hear you. Is there any one particular concert or show that you've seen that changed your life, that changed, you were just like this? From now on, it's all going to be different.
Yeah, so that was probably my first show was Iron Maiden Power Slave Tour.
That would do it.
And Dee Snider opened Twisted Sister.
Wow.
And I saw parents leave with their kids.
Yeah,
he
right.
was just swearing up a storm. But that Power Slave Tour, like with the Eddie and the Egyptian motif and just the players and Steve Harris. I mean, that was the epitome of a rock show, right? Like
sure.
Fireworks and smoke. You're like, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, your foot's right up
What's
on that
cooler
monitor
than that?
the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that would be heavy. Yeah, that would do it.
That was sick.
Here's a question. Maybe people actually know this, but now you're making me think of it because I'm like, I never did the research. Can Nico hit that tom that's under his ride cymbal, or does the ride cymbal actually obscure the tom? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I always wondered. I'm like, because his ride is like...
Right. The way his kit is isn't it weird?
Yeah.
So I went to a clinic at, remember, we were just talking about it earlier. Bob Getz's place in Wethersfield.
Creative,
yeah. He had Nico McBrain there. I was like 15 years old. I'm like, this is sick.
Wow.
But I always thought his drum set, the way he's set up, with the toms up here. And
Yeah.
He probably doesn't hit it.
I just
Do you think he hits his gong?
Well, what gong? It's not, it's an inflatable. No, I just remember seeing, pictures. He's, got to row of toms, and that one tom, the ride cymbal is like over it.
Right,
and
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
weird.
Can you even hit that tom, or
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, we got to get an answer for that one. Yeah, heavy. All right, we could be good. I'm trying to think what other questions. The food, the desert island food, the shows. I think that's kind of it, right? Yeah. Do you want to give in case this comes out before, just give us a sneak preview. Like, what tune are you opening with on Saturday? First of all, when do you go on?
We go on at 1.
At the fair.
1 to 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're partying because that's early. So you're going to stay up. The band.
Yeah.
You're coming in from another late gig, and you're just
we're bringing a whole trailer just with drugs.
Right.
In it.
Right. Yeah.
I heard the sound company really likes the party.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The guy's a mess. Sound man is wasted.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. I hope it's so loud that like the mud at the fair just rumbles.
Yeah, there'll be cows giving birth.
Yeah, right.
That weren't even pregnant.
Yeah,
it'll be so loud. There'll be cows milking themselves.
Low end makes people eat and drink, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Move in air.
Wow. Yeah, hay bales will be unraveling themselves.
Yeah, we usually open with "Ain't Nothing But a Good Time" or "Kickstart My Heart."
It's like right into it.
Yeah, right into it. Yeah,
that's cool. No doubt. I mean, you don't answer, but I would imagine if I were you, of course you end with the 1-2 punch of "Living on a Prayer." Don't stop believing. That could be the only way it can end. I mean,
close. I don't want to give it away.
Okay, right.
You're leaving one out, man. You forgot. What song do you think we would end with?
Oh man.
You want a hint?
Yeah.
Makeup. They wear makeup.
Oh well, rock and roll all night.
Of course.
Party every
I'm
day.
so sick of playing that song.
Are you really?
Night.
Yeah. Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't make the decisions.
No.
Yeah, I'm not a singer.
Do you ever?
I try to
bring anything.
But he's like, I can't sing that song at that time. My voice isn't ready.
Sure. Well,
you
got to respect.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it. I can't scream up there.
Yeah, that's cool.
I did try to sing one time.
Oh, really? So you're just not a singer?
I did it in the studio, and I realized I didn't have any power.
Oh.
I can sing in key and everything.
But you can't.
Lead singers have a certain power about their voice that you just it projects.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a thing. You either got it, I guess, or you don't.
Yeah, that's something that you're either born with or can't really enhance it.
That's what they say. That's what they say. All right. Well, you know what? We can get out of here.
Okay.
Sorry to make you wait today. It was a little crazy.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. So finally, Keith Arcari, right?
Yes. Yep.
I said it right. Okay.
Yeah. Backstage Pass, Symmetry Physical Therapy right down the street.
Right. There you go. So drumming and manipulating.
Yeah, right.
All day, every day.
And a fake gong.
We're going up to his office now. He's going to work on my shoulders.
Right, yeah.
We're doing it in-house right now.
I might not be ready for that gig.
Oh, boy.
We started with him tonight.
Oh, boy. Wow.
That's a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
That's more work than the gong.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Did you put your hands on him? It's a mess.
Yeah, it's like a concrete wall. It's like
Dave's getting manipulated.
Plus he's a guitar player.
Yeah.
You know how that goes.
Yeah, I do. I do.
They always try to feel they're slightly better than us.
Yeah, well, they kind of are.
Are they?
Sometimes. I mean, they know what key the song's in. That's something. That's a start. I mean, You know?
Yeah, but they never play in time, do they?
This is also true.
No, it's good.
I'm pressing the button. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Don't get scared. Dave, I just screwed up. I hit the stop button, so you have to insert this. I'm going to slate it right now. Instead of hitting the theme, I took myself out of record, so we're going to slate it right now and drop you in 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, John Peckman podcast, Connecticut. I'm so out of it. It's Thursday. Instead of pressing the theme music, I hit stop, so you might see a little edit because I'm an idiot. It's a John Peckman idiot podcast. Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Beautiful downtown Portland. Come over the bridge, take a left. Keith Arcari going to be rocking the Portland Fair on Saturday at 1 p.m. Be there or be square, kids. Right?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, John. Yep.
You got it. Later. That is all.
If you'd like to start your own podcast, give us a call at Connecticut Valley School of Music and Dance. Our professionally designed podcast space is here for all your recording needs. Rent out our studio to do interviews with up to 4 people, to record audiobooks, social media content, and all other recorded material. Our rentals include a private studio along with our professional-grade podcasting equipment, and we can customize your output to whatever your needs are. We also have green screen capabilities, which will expand to video capability if you so wish. So check us out here at convalley.net/podcast.